B2C has taken off, not just in India, but around the world. COVID has accelerated this space. We are seeing some incredible growth in the private label brands across the world as well. As an investor, what are you seeing happen in the consumer brand space? Maybe in India, maybe around the world. Some experience as an investor.
So there is this new brand called Fable Street. I don't know if you've seen, but I'd encourage you to see that brand. It's run by a young girl in Gurgaon, and it's an apparel brand. Started off as a brand of casual wear, casual and office wear for the working Indian woman. And her findings were quite stark that women wear all Indo-Western today. They wear a lot of traditional, and there are brands that are that cater to this whole segment. But when it came to office wear, two things happened. Okay, so one is the influence of a brand like Marks and Spencer or Louis Philippe, where research showed that young women bought those brands because it's easy to buy, but they're not excited by it because the colors are boring, pastel shades, and there's a lot of sameness to it. Okay? Lots of people just buying the same thing. The other thing was that the bodies are different. It's not the Indian woman is very different from a Western woman, and unapologetically so. It's just how our genetic makeup is, and even within India, there is no one India. The makeup of a girl in Punjab and the one girl in Tamil Nadu is different. And so she conjured up in her head this brand which would be a made-to-measure brand. There is this company in Bombay run by a young person who does educational toys. It's a brand called Skillmatics. And Skillmatics, as the name suggests, is about improving your skills. So meant for children about 3 years of age till 12, and he's built games around the STEM disciplines, so science, technology, etc. all built into learning and playing games at the same time. So when I looked at the business initially, we liked it, but the go-to-market strategy was not clear, for us, because in our heads, the driver of that business is the parent, it's not the child. And how many parents are, going online to buy for their children. So, I know children these days, youngsters, will go in, or those who are really small children maybe going online, but what happens to a 40-year-old who's not used to online? So Skillmatics initially, the whole thing was, let's build an offline presence first. And so the lucky break was Hamleys taking it on in India and participating in all these fairs. Okay, so internationally participate in Nuremberg in the toys fair, and then start looking at. So not different from how Tasty Bite went ahead. So you look at buyers coming in, and you present a product that is meant for a global audience. And we were clear from day one for them that don't look at only an Indian market, because the world has gone global. Indians are aspirational as much as Americans are or anywhere else. So a 16-year-old in Bombay and a 16-year-old in New York are the same people today. I'm a strong believer that even though we have stats about India, people are behaving the same globally, meaning Amazon is breaking records every day in America. Because if you had this, you probably have similar stats of 35% CAGR, even there. So Skillmatics not only did well offline, but the moment they went online, they were on Amazon Launchpad, and the first thing Amazon Launchpad did was open up the market globally for Skillmatics. In the space of 18 months, Skillmatics is now the number one selling, one of the SKUs is the number one selling SKU of all educational toys across America.